Little sis isn't my mother. Well, I'm not hers either. But she's been acting like she owns me since our parents died in a car crash 3 years ago. I was 17, she was 22, and suddenly she thought being 5 years older made her my boss. At first I got it. We were both grieving and she was trying to keep us together. But then it got weird. She started checking my phone every night, going through my messages with friends. She'd make me text her every hour when I was out. She even called my school to ask them to send her my grades instead of me. When I turned 18 last month, I thought things would change. Nope, she got worse. Last week she told me I couldn't hang out with my friend Jake anymore because she didn't like his haircut. His haircut. She said it made him look like a delinquent. Then she started going through my room when I wasn't home, reorganizing my stuff and throwing away things she didn't approve of. She tossed my favorite band t-shirt because it had a skull on it. The final straw was Tuesday. I came home from work at the grocery store and found her sitting at the kitchen table with my birth certificate, social security card, and passport. She'd hidden them in her room. When I asked what she was doing, she said she was keeping my important documents safe because I was too irresponsible. That's when I realized she wasn't trying to protect me. She was trying to control me. So I came up with a plan. I called our mom's sister, Aunt Beth, who lives 2 states over. I'd only met her a few times at family gatherings, but she always seemed cool. I explained everything that was happening. Beth got quiet for a long time, then said she'd been wondering why we never visited or called. Turns out my sister had been telling our extended family that I was doing fine and didn't want to be bothered. Aunt Beth drove down that weekend while my sister was at work. She helped me pack all my stuff and we loaded it into her car. I left a note for my sister explaining that I was 18, legally an adult, and moving in with Beth. I thanked her for taking care of me after our parents died, but told her I needed space to figure out my own life. When my sister came home and saw my empty room, she called me screaming. She said I was ungrateful and that she'd given up her whole life to raise me. I reminded her that she hadn't raised me. Our parents had raised me for 17 years, and I'd been taking care of myself just fine the past year. She then tried to guilt trip me by saying our parents would be disappointed in me for abandoning family. That's when I lost it. I told her our parents would be disappointed in her for trying to control and manipulate me instead of supporting me like a real sister should. The next day, she showed up at Aunt Beth's house demanding I come home. Beth answered the door and calmly explained that I was exactly where I belonged, with family who respected my independence. My sister tried to argue, but Beth shut her down. She told my sister that if she really cared about me, she'd give me space to grow up instead of trying to keep me trapped. It's been 2 months now. My sister still texts me occasionally, usually late at night, saying she misses me and wants me to come home, but she never apologizes for the way she treated me. She just acts like I overreacted. Living with Aunt Beth has been amazing. She treats me like an actual adult. We make decisions together about household stuff, but she doesn't micromanage my life. I got accepted to community college and I'm working part-time at a bookstore. For the first time since our parents died, I feel like I can breathe. Last week my sister showed up at my work. She looked awful, like she hadn't been sleeping. She said she realized she'd been too controlling and wanted to apologize. But then in the same breath, she asked when I was coming home because she'd cleaned out the spare room for me and bought new sheets. I told her I appreciated the apology, but I wasn't moving back. She started crying in the middle of the bookstore, saying she was all alone now and didn't know how to live without taking care of someone. That's when it hit me. She hadn't been trying to control me because she thought I couldn't handle life. She'd been doing it because she didn't know how to handle her own life without our parents. I gave her Aunt Beth's number and suggested she call to talk. Not about me coming home, but about getting some help dealing with our parents' death. Because the truth is, we both lost our parents that day. The difference is, I was forced to grow up and move forward, while she got stuck trying to recreate what we'd lost.